what are we doing now as far as, how long are we gonna go?
Well, I think
Assuming I wasn't to shut up at all.
right. The jury is well rested, so I would like to continue at least until 3:30 if we need it, and then figure out where we're at then. Is that fair?
That is fine, Your Honor.
Okay. Please bring the jury in.
All rise for the jury.
Please be seated. And Mr. Lloyd, you may continue your cross-examination.
During the time of 2002, you claimed you were an alcoholic, right?
Yes.
Your favorite drink was Wild Irish Rose? No?
No, Doers White Label.
I can't understand you again.
Doers White Label.
Oh, okay. What was the first word?
Doers.
Doers White Label. Oh, okay. And so during that time, let's go back to you're at the stairs. Where are Deneen and Chris at that time?
When I look back, I seen Robert, and they were behind Robert all the way against the wall.
I can't hear you.
They were behind Robert all the way in the back behind me against the wall.
So you're able to see Robert, and see all the way against the
I
wall.
can see through the stairs every time that I come down there to look. I can see back there. Yes, clearly.
So they weren't in the area where Robert liked to hang out with, just right over here off the front.
That is where Robert hung out.
But that's not where Deneen and Chris were?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, I don't know what you mean. That's what I'm trying to
I'm
find
answering
out.
your questions correctly and direct.
But you just stated that they were back behind Robert, which would have put them in a whole different area than where his actual desk and area were, correct?
I don't know. That's where they were when I seen them. That is where they were when I seen them. They were sitting at the little table that was back there with a couple of chairs, and that is where the only light was, back there in that area. That is where everybody went to smoke. That is where everybody sat. I don't know. That is
All right. How about
strange
we
to
stop
me
and
when they
answer my
come to
questions,
this
'cause I know you're
front.
going to want to talk to the jury, and that's what you're attempting to do.
Yeah.
But once again, my question was, where were they? That was it.
And I answered you.
And then you kept going, just so we understand each other. We'll bring up the sketch so that you can specifically tell us where.
Perfect.
So, you see this spot where it says area where victim used to sit.
Yeah, that's not true.
So when Cicely testified, that was a lie.
I've never seen him sit there.
When Chris testified, that was a lie.
I questioned them, where did that come from? Because he was always in back of the stairs.
So he was always in the very back.
Yes.
But in reality, the lights are only up front by where it
No,
states.
he had some kind of a wire, and the only light was back here.
The concrete patch. Did you ever see that concrete patch down
No,
there?
sir. No. I
Once
didn't.
again, because you never went in the basement, right?
That's exactly right.
Where was the laundry in your house?
In the kitchen area.
In the kitchen area. Wasn't
Right-
in the
right.
basement.
Absolutely not. It was where the refrigerator was on the side by the bathroom, on this little area by the bathroom. That's where Diane did
So
it.
let's
though.
get back to the point. You go upstairs, you lay down, or you clean your house, or you do whatever you say you would do. I'm confused. At some point, Deneen just comes running upstairs saying she needs a bag.
No. She came upstairs and she called my name. I remember,
Did Deneen come upstairs asking for a bag, yes or no?
no. She asked for something.
She asked for something, but you don't know what.
No, I didn't. She wasn't making sense.
And so at that point, I'm just gonna keep asking questions, because
I'm sure you
if
are.
I really want you to go on, I'll continue and just let you do
Okay,
that.
thank you.
Understand?
I'm trying.
Now, Cicely said that when you told her what happened in 2014, what you told her is that you hit Robert on the stairs, and that you immediately ran upstairs and told Deneen what had occurred. So that didn't occur,
I never
correct?
told Sissy that.
Did that occur, yes or no?
No, no.
And then in reality, you said that Deneen and her friends went downstairs and took care of Robert. Is that
No,
what you
I
said,
didn't say
yes
that.
or no?
No, no, I didn't say that to Sissy.
How about yes or no? Once again,
No.
Ron, I'm going to ask
No.
you to direct the witness.
No. No.
Ms. McCallum, when you're asked a yes or no question, you have to answer yes or no,
Yes, ma'am.
okay?
Yes.
Good. Go ahead, Mr. Lloyd.
Thank you. So you didn't tell Cicely that Deneen and her friends just went downstairs and took care of Robert, correct?
No.
So at this point, you don't know anything is happening bad to Robert, correct?
No.
You don't have any reason to believe that just because Deneen and Chris are downstairs, that anything is going to happen to Robert, correct?
No.
Matter of fact, Robert is a tough guy, and you don't have to worry about him, do you?
I mean, he's...
Yes or no? Do you need to worry about him or not?
No, I shouldn't.
Because he's a tough guy, right? Isn't that what you said?
He's can stand, yes.
And so you lay down and you hear absolutely nothing in the basement.
No, the girls and I didn't hear anything.
You don't hear hammers swinging, you don't hear a bat pop,
No,
you don't hear any screaming, you don't hear any noise, you hear nothing.
absolutely nothing.
Just complete quiet bliss in your house.
It was quiet. I mean, I had the TV on, the girls had the TV on.
And so you're not hearing Deneen and Chris and Robert arguing.
No, I didn't hear. No. I didn't
No
hear,
argument.
No, I didn't hear.
No
any-
fight.
No, I didn't hear any of that.
But all of a sudden, Deneen is upstairs saying, I need something.
Yeah,
And then you say, I don't understand you.
I don't know. I don't know.
And
what
so she says, I need a bag. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, you're the boss of the family, but yet it's okay that your daughter is just yelling at you. Is that right?
Well, my daughter's often yelled at me.
Oh, so it's okay. You just took that. Is that
I
correct?
mean, children yell at their parents, sir.
She's an adult. She's 21 at the time,
Exactly.
correct?
Exactly.
But it was okay that she just yelled at you, correct?
She didn't seem like she was in her right mind. She didn't seem like she was in her right mind.
And you, as a concerned parent, stopped her and said, what's wrong? Are you okay?
No, I asked her, what is going on? What is going on? I kept asking her the same question, and she told me that they killed Robert.
They killed Robert.
She said, we.
And let me ask you this, as the boss of the family, are your children going to go against your directions? If you tell them to
They
do
have,
something,
yes.
are they going to go against
Yes,
it?
sure they have.
Surely am. And so you were okay with your daughter just going downstairs and killing the
No,
father of your child.
No,
But it happened. That's what you said. It happened.
it happened.
And
yes.
you did nothing about it, so you were okay with it.
No, I was not okay with it, sir. I'm still not okay with it, sir.
You're still not so okay that you leave Charlotte 6 weeks. That's what you said. 6 weeks after.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Within 3 days, Cicely says you're living with another man. Is that correct?
I know this person
that
for
correct?
20
Yes
years.
or no?
Yeah, one day. Same
One day, you
Same
live
day.
with the man.
Same day.
Within a short period of time, you're marrying him, and you're actually having another kid with him. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have a 20-year relationship with that person.
So that's how upset you are about Robert being gone. That within 6 weeks you're down in Jamaica with your 20-year love life, creating another child and getting married.
My family knew my son's father. My daughters knew my son's
The
father
question is
very
yes or
well.
no.
They were there.
That's how upset you were. Correct?
No.
You were so upset that you must run off to Jamaica and get married and have another kid.
It wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that because that wasn't the relationship that you and Robert had, correct? Robert was only there because he loved Cicely, correct?
No, that's not true.
Cicely wasn't wrong.
I mean, he
Cicely
never told.
wasn't wrong. I'll keep talking over you, and I'm really good.
Okay.
And at some point, Judge Cunningham's going to yell at both of us.
Okay.
So I'd suggest that you just stop when I'm talking.
Okay.
Cicely wasn't wrong when she said that when my dad came into my life, it was the first time that I actually got to have an actual, like, intact family, a normal family, correct?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah, because you as a mother didn't actually provide them with really normal families before that point.
I don't know what you consider normal.
Well, obviously Cicely didn't feel that whatever you were doing before was normal because that was the first
She
time in her
wasn't-
life that she felt
She
it.
clearly
Correct? Is
said
that what
she
said?
wasn't around her
Is that
family.
what she said?
She wasn't around her family.
Is that what she said?
Yes, she said that.
That's what she said.
Yes,
You heard her testimony, correct?
yes.
She told you that her dad loved her, and that's a fair statement, correct?
Yes,
He wanted to take care of her. He took her to school. You even said that.
yes,
Took her to extracurricular activities.
yes, I did too.
Did all of those things.
Yes,
But in reality, you settling down and becoming just a homemaker mom wasn't what you were cut out to do, correct? You didn't want to be a homemaker mom, did you?
I am a homemaker mom.
Not really what you were happy with, right? Robert was a born-again Christian, correct?
No, he was not a born-again Christian. Stop
He was
it.
Christian, right? Was he
No.
Christian, yes or
No,
no?
stop.
Was he Christian,
No.
yes or no?
No.
So how about the Bible? When
Yeah.
everybody talked about him reading the Bible, was that a lie too?
That was his way to get down there. That Bible was his way to get down there. Robert is a Catholic. He's not a Christian, for one. And for two, he doesn't.
No offense, ma'am, but I'm Catholic.
I-
Last I checked,
I-
I was Christian. You know, I believed in Christ
Okay,
just like everybody else.
Okay,
I kind of believe that's
I was a
what's
born-again
Christian.
Christian. There's a difference between being a Catholic and a born-again Christian.
You're a born-again Christian.
I was. Yes, I
You
was.
were.
Yes, I was.
And he was Catholic, and he went downstairs and read his Bible, correct?
Not often.
Not often.
No.
Did he go downstairs and read his Bible? Yes or no?
No, I never seen him reading his Bible downstairs.
So when Cicely said that he would go downstairs and read his Bible, was that a lie too?
I don't think she ever seen him read his Bible downstairs.
So when Cicely said that on a daily basis because she wanted to see
He
her
would
father,
say he was going downstairs to read his Bible. Yes, to the girls.
she went down every day and walked to the end of the steps to say hello to her father, who was sitting at that spot where it says area victim used to sit.
Why would she go down there and say hello to him if he picked her up every day like you said?
Well, maybe because what he remembers, she remembers is actually right, and what you're saying isn't.
Okay.
So she would go down and say hello and saw him with the Bible, but you're saying that he never read that. Is that correct?
They might have seen him with the Bible.
But let's get back to the fact. He had wanted to change his life, correct? That's why he's in Charlotte. He knows no one in Charlotte, correct?
He knows no one in Charlotte.
He wants to become a regular guy. He's learned his lessons from prison and doesn't want to do it anymore, correct?
No,
He wants to be a part of his daughter's life, correct?
no.
He doesn't want to be a part of his daughter's life.
Sir,
All the things that Cicely says that she remembers doing with her dad, that wasn't being a part of his daughter's
Yes,
life.
of course. Yes.
But that's not what you wanted to do. He was strict. He wasn't drinking. He didn't want you to drink, correct?
No, he drank. He
So
drank Dewar's
when
White Label as
Cicely
well.
claims that she doesn't remember her dad drinking, and Chris claims that
I
he didn't
heard,
drink.
I heard Chris saying something about him bringing the bottle downstairs. Yes, I heard Chris say that.
Well, we'll leave that up to the jury, but I don't
Yeah.
believe that's what Chris said.
We should definitely leave it up to the jury.
Well, we will.
Yes, sir.
Once again, no question.
Okay.
You wanted the fun life that you had before Robert actually came back from prison, didn't you?
I had a
You
fun,
didn't
I had
want
a
to
fun
be
life
part
with Robert.
of this homemaker family life in Charlotte, Michigan, did you?
Oh, I enjoyed my family. I enjoyed
And,
that
and
very
that's
much.
why within 6 weeks of it happening, you're selling the house
Yeah.
and you're moving to Jamaica because
Yeah.
you enjoyed your family life so much time up in Charlotte.
I didn't want to, I don't know, I couldn't stay in that house for one. I couldn't get away from them. There was a lot of things
You
going
couldn't
on.
stay in that house any longer because
No.
you knew that Robert was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you helped kill Robert.
No.
No. Just out of the blue, your daughter, Deneen never did anything unless you said it was okay.
That's so far from true.
So once again, Cicely took the stand in line. Your daughter, your baby,
My baby. She's my baby.
your baby just lied for no apparent reason.
Deneen and I had a different relationship than me and Cicely. Obviously, she was my only child for 11 years.
That's right. You and Deneen had a relationship where you were almost wingman to each other, weren't you? You didn't act like mom and daughter.
No.
You acted more like cohorts in your crimes. Isn't that true?
No.
That's what Cicely said.
I don't
Your
know.
relationship was not the normal daughter relationship. That's what she testified from the stand.
Not the same as hers and Tasha's, but not. Me and Deneen get to do many things that the other girls didn't get the privilege.
You did
of
many
doing.
things together.
Yes. Nice.
Committed crimes together.
No, we did nice things together. Very
You
nice.
committed crimes together too, didn't you?
No.
You committed crimes in Texas together, didn't you?
No.
You committed crimes in Michigan together, didn't you?
No.
Deneen wasn't going to do anything unless mom said it was okay.
That's not true.
So Deneen's just going to go downstairs for no reason
I don't know
and just
what-
kill Robert.
I don't know what went wrong down there. I don't know what happened down there.
You know what went down there.
No.
Dr. Cole showed you what happened down there.
Yeah.
Multiple hits went to Robert's head. You put your hands up in prayer.
My hands are together.
Did you pray when Robert was dead?
I
Did
pray
you
every
pray
day
when
for
you
Robert. I
left
pray
for
every
your-
day for. I pray for Robert. I pray for my son
Stop.
too.
Ms. McCallum, stop.
My son is deceased, and I pray for both of them.
Ms. McCallum,
When I ask you to stop, I need you to stop, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so we're just gonna take a pause and everybody's gonna take a breath. Then Mr. Lloyd's gonna ask you a question. And when he asks you a question, I need you to just answer the question.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, when he is done, Mr. Havis gets to ask questions. And if you feel there's something you need to say, Mr. Havis will cover that. Answer the question that Mr. Lloyd asks you and only answer it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Go ahead, Mr. Lloyd.
So Deneen just kills Robert. Is that your testimony today?
I don't know who killed Robert.
You don't know who killed Robert.
No.
So in reality, you don't even know if it was Deneen or Chris that killed
No,
Robert.
I don't. No.
Robert could have just had a heart attack.
No, obviously he didn't have a heart attack.
Well, obviously, because we watched 5 days of jury trial.
Yeah.
But in 2002, you didn't know that, correct?
No, I didn't know that.
And you didn't care.
Of course I cared. I still cared. I still would like to know who did
Let's
it.
talk about how you cared. You cared enough to get in a van and drive it. Is that correct?
Yeah, I drove it. My children were in the van.
I can't hear you.
I drove it. My children were in the van.
You're the mom of the family, the matriarch.
And that's what
Why
you were
didn't you
saying.
just say,
That's what
I'm
you were
getting my
saying.
kids out of the van, I'm not driving?
Chris was, I don't know. At that moment in time, my mind was in a million places. I just didn't want to leave Chris in the car alone with my daughters.
Chris hadn't done anything to you at this point, had he?
They were, Deneen was not in her right mind.
Okay, but Chris had been hanging out at your house since February and March of
Okay, but the
2002,
two of them-
correct? Chris had been hanging out at your house between February and March 2002,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
So when Chris said that he began hanging out at your house in February and March 2002, that wasn't a lie, right?
No, that wasn't a lie.
And Chris hung out there with Deneen and even hung out there when Deneen wasn't there, correct?
He would stay there, yeah.
And it was okay for him to do it then, correct?
To do what?
Well, it was okay for him to hang around your house. Yes or no? Was it okay
yeah,
for him
Robert
to
said
hang
it was
around the
okay.
house?
Robert said it was okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you guys drank together, you played cards together, you smoked together.
No, we never smoked together.
Once
No, we never smoked together.
You never smoked together.
No.
You took drugs together, though, right?
No, we never took drugs together.
So when
either.
Cicely says that she's seen you take drugs,
I don't know
do
what
those
drugs.
things,
I don't
then
know
once
what
again,
drugs.
that's gonna be
I don't
a
know
lie
what.
as well.
I don't know what drugs she's seen me take, and certainly not with her sister or Chris.
well, I believe that Chris said that y'all were doing marijuana, crack cocaine, pretty much anything
Wow.
a pharmacy might have. It was going on in your all's system. Is that fair to say?
Sorry.
Was that fair to say? what
Whatever
Chris
the
said,
pharmacy
that
has?
anything that you could get a hold of as far as drugs, that's what all of y'all were taking.
No. I don't know what he said, but that is not what happened. No.
But Chris is hanging out at the house, hanging out with you, hanging out with
He's
you
not
when
hanging
Deneen
out
is
with
not
me.
there.
He's not hanging out with me.
He's at the house when you're there, correct?
Yeah, I was never alone with Chris, and Robert would never leave me alone with Chris.
Well, Chris lived with you after Robert was gone, right?
Robert wasn't there. That's
Robert
right.
wasn't there, and you were okay with that, with hanging out with Chris then.
I
correct?
wasn't hanging out with Chris then.
He was living in your house, correct?
Yeah, he was there. He was
Yeah, living
definitely-
in your house, living there enough that you paid for his trip down to Jamaica, correct?
No, I didn't pay for his trip.
So
And
when
the
Chris said
trips
you
are-
paid for his
The
trip,
trips are
that was another lie
are
as well.
$199 in Jamaica at that time.
So you paid for his trip.
No, I don't recall paying his trip. No.
Now you don't recall.
No.
So what happened between February and March where Chris starts hanging out to May 7th, 2002, when your husband is no longer alive, where you go, oh, Chris is a bad man?
I don't know what the question is.
Well, you're saying that I had to get in this van with my daughters. I had to drive Deneen and Chris. I had to do all these things because I was afraid. What were you afraid of? You hadn't had any problems with Chris before this night?
Listen, I don't know what is going on with them, and you can twist it and turn it any way you want. Maybe it was a bad choice. I went in the van and I drove.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, I'm not hearing the last thing.
It was a bad choice, but I went in the van.
Yes, I did.
Now you're claiming you drove the van, is that right?
Yes, I did.
But yet you didn't actually have a license, correct?
I did have a license. You can check.
You were
that.
actually stopped in November of 2001 and given a ticket here in the city of Charlotte for having no license. Are you telling me that you went and got a license after that?
No, I had a Connecticut license before I came here, and
You
that
had no license when you were given a ticket for having no license.
I may not have had it
in
on my
November.
possession.
You deny that as well?
maybe I didn't have it on my possession. I don't know.
Or maybe you didn't have a license.
No, I had a license. I'm sure.
So the officers must have just lied when they gave you a ticket for operating without a driver's license.
I'm pretty sure I didn't have it on me, but I'm pretty sure you can check it.
Well, if I put somebody up on the stand to say that you've never had a license in the state of Michigan, would that be a lie?
No, I never had a license in the state of Michigan, sir.
Right. Your last license was from Connecticut.
Yeah, I lived in Connecticut for 1 year. How long do they last?
Couple.
Exactly. Thank
But you got here in 2001, right?
Yeah, and I got there in 1999.
So that's at least 3. We'll check.
Check.
So we get to the point, I'm still confused. You've not heard anybody do anything wrong in the basement. The first time that you're seeing anyone upset is when Deneen comes upstairs asking you for something and then a bag.
She threw the bag at me.
She threw a bag at you.
Yeah.
And you're not asking any questions.
I asked a lot of questions, but
Well, then what were they? Give me some questions that you asked.
I asked her, like, what is going on? What have you done? What happened? She just was just, Mommy, help me. That's it. That's it.
Mommy, help me.
Yeah.
Amazing. An individual that you just said would not need your support to do something. Now it's coming to you going, Mommy, help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does she need Mommy's help for?
I don't know. I couldn't help her.
You don't know.
No.
You didn't have any idea.
No.
So the jury is supposed to believe that the father of your child is killed in your home and is then stuffed in a trunk. This trunk here, by the way, just so we understand, that's Robert's last resting place, right here. And carried out to a van. And in all of this occurring, you hear nothing.
No. I didn't hear anything.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
And then you're just randomly told to just get in a van and start driving. And you do that because you're scared of Chris.
I did that because I don't want them to be with my children in a car. I don't know what they want. I don't know what they've done. I don't
But
know.
why are they putting them in the car?
Yeah.
What is the necessity to put them in the car if you are
She
here
only
and
asked
you've
me
done
for a ride.
absolutely
She
nothing?
asked me for a ride. That is all she asked me for, is for a ride, that they needed a ride.
Why did she need a ride when she had her
didn't-
license?
She didn't have her license. She had 2 DWIs.
So when Chris said Deneen drove because she's the only one who actually had
He
a
was
license,
lying.
that's another lie
He was
too.
lying. He's been lying the whole time. He's a liar.
The
Yes.
guy who confessed to murdering someone is lying.
No, he never confessed to that, as far as I know.
You were sitting right there. He
Yeah,
took the
he
stand.
he,
pretty
he
much told
pointed the
jury,
finger at anybody
"I was
but
part of
himself.
it." I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ms. McCallum, again,
Yeah.
Let Mr. Lloyd, are you going to ask a question?
I was trying to finish it.
I know, go ahead.
You were present when Mr. McMillan testified on Monday, correct?
Yep.
You were present when he said he was in the basement with you and Deneen, and the 3 of you
That's what he
killed Robert.
That's what he said. That is what he said.
He confessed to murder.
He confessed, yeah.
Yeah. So when you all of a sudden you say he hasn't confessed to it, he actually did confess to his part in this.
I'm wondering.
Well, then help us out.
I have no
Help
clue.
us out. Help us understand.
I wish I could. I wish
You
I could.
wish you could.
Yeah.
See, this obviously wasn't a memorable event to you. Is that what you're saying? The death of the father of your child
wasn't
was
there.
not a memorable
I was
event.
not there.
Yes or no?
I was not there, no.
How long did it take for you to figure out that Robert was dead?
I don't know, sir.
I can't hear you.
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
No, I don't.
So you don't know Robert's dead when you decide to go drive the van.
At that particular moment,
Yes or no?
no.
That van of Robert's.
Yep.
I'm just curious. Whatever happened to that van?
It was sold in the auction, the public auction.
Sold in an auction.
Yes.
How long after Robert died did you do that?
Several weeks. I don't know.
Well, you told the jury earlier today that you were only in town for 6 weeks before you headed off to Jamaica
I don't know.
with your long love affair. So how long?
3 or 4 weeks, or 4 weeks.
How about those tires? Did you go get new tires a couple of days after?
No,
So once again, Chris is lying.
I guess so.
So I'll ask again. When did you realize, was it when you sat down for jury trial today, this week, was that when you figured out that Robert was dead?
No,
When did you know that Robert died?
I don't know the time when I.
You didn't know because you didn't care, because the truth was you were actually in that basement and saw Robert
No,
die.
I was not in the basement. I did not kill Robert, and I did not help to kill Robert.
You said you were so upset about having to go and drive, but you felt you had no choice because of your children.
I was not even thinking about anything except getting near my
It's a
children.
yes or no question. That's why
Just
you
getting
thought
near
you
my
had to drive.
children. Yes, getting near my children. Yes. Yes, getting near my children.
And you drove on a highway, but you have no idea where you went.
No, I never left the Charlotte area very often. No. I did the paperwork.
But yet, it was Chris McMillan, the guy who had just moved up from Texas in November of 2001. He's the one directing you to the blueberry patch in Ottawa County.
When did Chris move up?
I'm sorry, what?
What was that you said?
Speak up.
What was that you said, sir? I didn't.
Chris testified that he moved up to Charlotte in November of 2001.
Okay.
It's May 7th when Robert dies.
Yes.
He's burned.